Hello. That was not meant to suddenly go into another song. That was a bit naughty. How you doing? Then need to move my shit again. Because I'm always so prepared. So prepared. How bright is this, please? Jesus. So, how's it going? Hi. How are you? Right. Should be fine. Should be. So. Gotta kill shit. Good. This is very blue. I can just imagine how reflective I am right now. Right. Give that a bash. Why am I not here in the game? Why is nobody here in the game? It's not too bad. It could be better, but I'll survive. Why is nobody here in the game? What's going on? They're switched off. Have I dislodged something? Hang on. Technical difficulties. While we technical difficulty. We'll swap on here. So I can try and figure out what the fuck I've done. Oh, I can't swap onto there. Wait. This is going so well. Oh, the game's not on there at all. Okay. How have I only just noticed this? The hell? Fixed it. How did I not notice that until now? The fuck? Oh well, so the game's back. Nobody needs to know about that. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. Moving on. I'm wondering how far I would have gotten into this gameplay before I realised that. Anyway. Right. This way you go, kill. Superior landing. Yeet.
You know what happens if the quartermaster's grindstones don't...
Nope.
Ship gets distracted with the grog, and then we get no new weapons. Stupid soul.
Oh, really? There's like a bush I can hide in right there. It's Mute Thursdays. Yes, it is.
From here in the east have been meeting.
Give me about 10 minutes and I'll have my microphone muted as well. Don't you worry about that.
Into one big army. Yep, and that means we'll crush any resistance much quicker.
Yeah, they will. What he said. My microphone's being very weird. Right, anyway, moving on.
Fighting's in my blood, and when I don't get any, it starts to boil. Oh, what you mean? I killed a catagal this morning, and I'm still not satisfied.
Like, you just know that they are absolute pussies. Oh. You see nothing. Really? I jump up here and they suddenly don't see anything. They deserve everything they get.
At At least they're still alive. We could do...
Right, let's go and get Tiny.
You all deserve death. I will deliver it.
Why am I over here?
Schoon.
Oh, he's got poison weapons. Fabulous. Hates bugs. Hates that. Runs faster than most Uruk. Fabulous. That's what it looked like in the monomorphs first. I don't believe it for a second.
Stay on your knee.
Get rid of you. Oh, nice. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. It's a running theme here. Damn, that elf shot.
Why do I kill this clown?
Me, motherfucker.
I see you have no taste for decorum, or even
Now,
honor.
hopefully,
I will finish you
we
myself.
survive. We'll see. Nicely done. Oh, not nicely done.
I will give your corpse to my master.
Will you really? Come on. Give us a shiny blue sword. Yes, shiny blue, shiny blue. Thank you. Ooh, shiny blue. Failed to execute the prison. Oh, he failed to execute the prisoners. I was going to say, I didn't need to do that, did I? I just needed to kill him. Yeah! Fucking run, bitches. Respect my Zartek. Anyway. So the person we want to kill is in here. Why do we want to kill them? I mean, they're orcs, that's why, but like... Thanks. I try. Oh, because he's a okay. That person has 2 bodyguards, that's completely unnecessary. Makes my life very difficult. Which is rude. Do you not know I have a mission? I have a job to do. Good God. Right, anyway. Ooh. What do we have? Recover all focus and elf shot on any last chance success. Ooh. Well, that's quite good. A captain using his vulnerability will guarantee the type of rune he drops. Okay. So we've got never surrender as you gain an additional chance when you're about to die. Elf shot. Combat finishes do extra damage against captains. Fabulous. However, I do need to at least get rid of these. Like, because I fucking hate them. Right. That's probably important. That's pretty good. I'll still look at what else I've got though. 30% chance to recover elf shots on drain. No. 31% chance to recover focus. I mean, the one I've got on right now is pretty good. Immune to poison. Yet I'm sure I get poisoned. Stealth kills. Do extra damage to captains and war chiefs. Recover 10% health. Oh no, that one can change. Immune to poison. I already have that on. Increase the morale effect on enemies when they witness a captain die. Causes additional terror. Okay, that's not too bad. Recover 4 elf shots from a combat. I don't do the brand thing, so... Ooh, 50% on a stealth kill. That would be fucking handy. Recover all focus and all healing, killing a captain or a war chief. Not bad. The rest of these aren't going to be as good, are they? Nah. I'm probably going to go with... No, not that one. That one. Off topic, but I love the colour of your hair. Thank you! Sadly, it's bottled. But yeah, me too, thanks. And it's totally... I don't give a flying monkeys if it's off topic. It's fine with me. Stats summary. Oh. Upgrades! 2 upgrade points. Right, what we got? Counted enemies will be knocked back... what? Will be knocked backward, stunned, or knocked down. That would probably be very helpful, actually. Deal finished. Oh, that will not be helpful. I would be crap at that. Ability to absorb 1 hit without the hit strike being reset. Ooh. Reduces the hit threshold. I'm just pulling all these things. I had long blonde hair, and once I got married, I chopped it off and dyed it. It's currently purple for spooky season. Ooh! I had long blonde hair as well when I was younger, right down my backside. And then I just went through the phases like all young emos, or young millennials, I suppose, do, where you dye every colour available. And I've literally been every colour available. But I always end up going back. I used to always go back to blonde, but as I got older, I always ended up going back to red. So I've settled with ginger. Or very dark coppery orange. So, yeah. I loved having purple hair, though. Issue a death threat to a captain through interrogation. Okay. What is it? Oh, yes, that one. I'm probably going to go for that one. It was never just a face, Mom. It wasn't. I still listen to all that stuff now. Fire arrow. Oh. Wraith blast. Upgrades Wraith stun to... Ooh. It's happening. Now, why are you still... But I've looked at everything. I have no more points available. Why are you flashing? I hate it when it flashes. Max health up, probably the advisable one. Ooh, more elf shots. More elf shots. Okay, anyway. Right, there's a herb nearby for me to heal. Well, if I hadn't just increased my health, that wouldn't be needed. Here we are. Right. Oh, right there. I love how it's just like, eat a plant, you'll be fine. Grab some lettuce, it'll heal you. Nabosh. Ooh, that's a collectible ball.
Who does the ranger think he is with all these fancy?
Oh, I think I'm the bee's knees. Yeet. There it is. Now, I don't know if it's just me, right? But, do you remember?
Bitch! Run!
Never. Do you know when they used to make you, like, used to draw a picture of a womb in school and it was terrible? For sex ed. Slightly. It gives sex ed womb vibes. Maybe it's just the tism but it really fucking does. Yep, see? Yes. And it was terrible. What do you mean upgrades? I don't have any other upgrades. Don't start your bullshit. I looked. There's nothing. Stop it. Anyway. It does, though. Mordor and its womb signs all over the place. Oh, right. Down. Ugh. And I've started it. I broke the yawn seal. This is gonna be an occurring thing. A reoccurring thing. Oh, shut up. I know what I mean. Most of the time. Right.
You boys don't like to stand outside in this wretched heat all day long.
Oh, bless you. Hang on, have I got either of those? Possibly. They could be those ones. That's not the direction I'm going, so it doesn't matter.
Sick and tired.
I'm pretty sure everyone in my house has some sort of neurospicy going on. I had shark bait stuck in my head all week. And we come around to it. Do you know what I got cyber with? If you say R and R in an American accent, you sound Australian. And I told him it on his stream. So he was sitting, he was going R and R. And I'm like, yeah, R and R. You sound like you're saying oh no in Australian. That's my current thing. R and R. Whether you actually sound like it or not, I don't know. I think you do, and it makes me laugh. So, there's many. You will discover many random little things like that on this channel. Probably in this stream. I think being Spicy Brain's fun. Oh, so I was meant to go that way. Huh.
The Grave Walker was a Durtag. He's a rich slide's got free. Did I just hear something?
Yes, you did.
I don't think anything was ever there.
I was hoping for a
Come here.
fight, too.
I wasn't. Yeah. I can't really grab him if I've made him run away.
You weren't.
I'm here for it. I generally like jukebox and sing every genre pot. Yep, I also do that. I try not to do it on stream though. Sadly, I do tend to do it in the house. Like, I don't like singing in front of people. But my housemate has to tolerate it because, like, I live here, obviously, or I wouldn't be a housemate. Ooh, range attack. You can die. Oh wait, you're who I'm looking for. Cool. Let's go get him. No, it didn't. Same things.
Run that slave down!
That was brill.
Finally, you are silenced.
Oh, that was less brill.
A corpse!
I need some more. Oh. Oh. That happened. I went through a phase every time I played Fortnite, Inspector Gadget would be stuck in my head. Really? I've never played Fortnite, so I'll just have to. Is he okay? I don't think he was okay. Hello, Mr. Maxwell. How are you? I don't think he was okay. Mind you, I could have done a Gimli and been like, you know, that he was twitching because my axe is buried in his nervous system. And that's the best Gimli I'm doing, yes.
If I catch it grabbing for a hard spot from me, I'll chop off his head.
They're so very angry. Good, I'm glad you're good. He was not a captain, right? No, he was a bodyguard. Stupid. Right, where's this one? Fine. Oh, isn't he pretty? Right, so we need to travel all the way over there. Can I fast travel? Of course I can. I'm like leaning towards the mic so you can hear us. I'm pretty sure you can hear us, even when I'm sitting like this. Right, where's this fucker?
Ukram.
Right there. Invulnerable to range. Fuck. He's a pretty bugger, isn't he? How's he like explosions? Asking for a friend.
This Uruk's been slain.
Yes, he has. Because I blew him up.
Flag by now.
Oh, there he is.
Did you hear that? I'm hearing things.
Yes, you are.
I think something just moved. Right. Back to work.
Something just moved over there.
This isn't gonna kill him, but it'll make me feel better. Bollocks.
Uruk need no help. Sloppy Ranger, sloppy. Man self. Burns
Ready?
spirits at night, in dark, burns bad. Hate.
I'm assuming I've set him on fire at one point.
Man folk, over here.
Oh. I did a thing. Oh, cool, the slaves help. Oh.
You do that. Terry's flesh.
Right, will you please stop hitting me? I have a job to do.
Man filth!
Oh, fuck.
I prefer my victims near death. There's so much less hope and so much more despair. Show me what you know. None of that, none of that.
Yeah! That's him!
I lose this time, but you lose next time.
I don't fucking think so. Don't. No. No, hit him.
Come on then, talk.
Fuck. Right, run.
Die now.
Come here, you chicken shit. God, he's quick, isn't he? Come here.
I've never once gone in a cave and not been attacked by something.
Fucking run faster. Jesus. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Thank you for the lurk. What a speedy bastard. Come here. Shit. Come
If
on.
you let me live, I won't die. Then we both live.
Yes. That is kind of how it works. Ad start in 56 seconds.
Death is your only rest.
Come on.
I will compose a song of your screams. Let me tend to your wounds,
I thought we got
Ranger.
rid of him.
I'm sure we can make them bleed a little more.
Probably. I mean, was that a completely necessary noise?
Too fast for you. I will go.
14 seconds. And you're about to get ads. But just know that I appreciate it. If you stick around, if you don't, I understand it. Right, strength's known, strength's known. Strength's known, strength's known. Who are you? That is a chin. That is a chin. Now, where's this one? Well, hi. How you doing? Apparently there's a symbol around here. How are you, G? Oh, I've just thought I'm being very naughty. Not in a good way. Is that working? Have I got to reset this thing again? And where is it? Yep, I gotta reset it again. Right, refresh. We will not be defeated. I'm good, thanks. Just woke up. I hope you slept well. We'll try you. It's better.
Lock in sight.
What's that drawing in the corner?
Fire in the hole!
Last player standing.
What was dead? I'm sure I'm meant to have a flipping ad window here. A very old profile pic. I like it. Try Mr. Maxwell again.
Go. On my way. Please tell me there's a lot of them.
Oh yeah,
Oh, okay.
there was a lot of them. Yeah.
Thank you.
Boom!
I was like,
That is one way to do it, yep. That is one way to do it. Right. Who was searching for now? I didn't do that, did I? Oh, well, he's a bodyguard. So, let's go get Amug the Fool. Who, of course, is on the other motherfucking side of the map. Fabulous. Why did it take me off the map? Oh, right, hang on. I want to get this thing first. Are they just... You're fine.
No matter the indignities you suffer, remember that you are a man of Gondor and take pride in that.
They do realise I'm not going to kill them, yeah?
I haven't heard any stories about the resistance lately. Any of you heard anything? Not a whisper.
Restore health. Oh. Turn back up the game. Right, ads will go in 40 seconds this time. If we could just leave them on this time, if you don't mind. It's the only notification I get that there's going to be ads. I thought I'd fixed it and put a little thing in that's like, you have ads now. But no, apparently I didn't save that. I was the douche. Right. Ooh. Dead. Score. Right. Shh. Oh, eliminate more war chiefs. Fine. Maybe. A duel. Invade a duel between these two. I need to kill the war chief first. Nope, nope. Do not get distracted. That is a war chief thing. Is it? I don't think so. War chief. That would be the best one to go for. Okay, and they are that way. Be free, puppy, be free. So has anyone got much going on this evening? See y'all in 2 minutes 30. Hell yeah, yo. Boop. Be free. Superhero landing. Boom. Black Row. Oh.
Take that worm.
I'm about to play some Dragon Age Veilguard. Ooh. I'm debating that one. I think I may have put it on my throne as like a game that I can slowly just
Captain says there's reports
chip
that
into and save up for.
the area. Good looking. Be ready to sound the alarm.
Oh, I mean, oh, okay. We're doing this. Fair enough.
If you lot don't pay attention,
Right. Find my target. There's my target. Oh, wow. He's about as cross-eyed as I am. Yeah. Vulnerable to stealth attacks. Vulnerable to beasts. Fears his rival. Fears ghouls, fears caragors. I do not believe there is a puppy close. Oh wow, he's already green. Jesus. So we're gonna
Hate it when we go out hunting and come back with nothing.
will you?
let ourselves get distracted by that skinny creature hiding in the bushes. They was good warriors, all of them. One of them was a berserker.
I don't need help to kill you. Knife like a hook. Don't let him grab ya. Hey!
Property for
Gain intel. That one? They all look very similar, don't they? Allez, boop. Control yourself. Moving on. I thought I saw a red one there. It was a shield. Right, so now we need to kill this one. Wait, you don't have notifications on stream for wishlist. Asking for a friend. I think I might have exclamation mark thrown. Oh wait, hang on, what do you mean? Do you want have notifications on stream from wishlist? Oh, so if someone does... What have you done? If someone, like, donates something, I don't think so. I can try and set them up. What did you do? Gee. Am I gonna have to tell you off, but be grateful, but tell you off? I'm now nervous. I know I hide it well, I'm not red at all. Maybe. Tut tut. Right, I've killed his bodyguards, right? So we're gonna go kill him first.
My money don't jiggle jiggle. It rolls. I like to see you wiggle wiggle for sure.
Thank you, but stop it. But thank you. I do appreciate you. I'm just awkward. Thanks. Right, so we need to go there. So we'll go, yeah. And we'll make our way over and that. Now I'm just going to be awkward to make up for the fact that I'm awkward. Makes sense. Thank you very much. I do appreciate you very, very much. Stop it. Right, which, oh, right there. Well, that made that easy. Okay. Anything from the trolley? Oh, there's a red one right over there. We'll kill him first. Superhero landing! Boom. La 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 la.
What's I smell? It ain't grout blood gone sour, but it's...
Because I think he was talking about me. And I don't smell. I probably do, to be fair. We do a lot of parkour. Hiya! That should not have hit. That should have hit. Oh, don't tell us it was just someone with a shield. No, it wasn't good.
Uga Kuga.
That is a name. Uga Kuga. Fears Summoner calls nearby allies to fight. Sniffer. Can smell out enemies who are hiding nearby. That's fine. I'm not gonna be hiding nearby.
I remember you.
Didn't I fucking kill you?
Ran from me like a scared child last time we met.
No, it didn't. Bring it on. What's the matter?
No chance. Time to make
Fear me. Fear me more. Where the fuck are you going, dude? Ah, there we go. We just had to give him a minute. Oh, hello. Excuse the fuck out of me. Where are you going? Shut the fuck up. Motherfucker. Well, that happened.
Stay on your guard.
Yep. Whoop. Bye. Yes, that's English. Totally acceptable. I deserve that. Ooh. I know. The trauma. I think you'd never seen a ranger before. I mean, I don't know about you, but if I saw that, I'd be out. Like, not my circus, not my monkey business, that. It's like, hey, we need to fight this dude. He's just literally put his sword through someone else's skull. No? I left the iron on. Hello, how are you? How's it going? Thank you for the gigantified emoji. I appreciate it very much. And you die. You don't. Okay.
All together.
Now you do. Death. I'd be Jack Sparrow and wait. You would though, wouldn't you? Like, you and your orc mates have to go gang up on the ranger. You're like, right, fair enough, we'll go get the ranger. And then he literally just whoops out a move like that, jumps over someone's back, shoves his sword straight through their skull. I'd be like, do you know what? I forgot something. You seem to be going through some shit. Not my circus, not my monkey. Ta-ra. Because I'm brave. My health felt like that orc's head this morning. Ooh. That is unfortunate. Do you feel better now? I want to go and check and see what G's done, but I also daren't. And evidently I am going to have to set it up so I get notifications when someone has gifted me something. Oh yeah, much better. Good. Do we have any more red guys? Nope. Okay. Let's go get a boss. Sort of. Whoop, whoop, wait. Wait. Oh. No elf shots. Makes me sad.
Somebody sneaking around.
Yes, apparently G has G-Host asked us if I had notifications for when someone gifts something.
What was that?
And that he was asking for a friend. Now, I don't know about you, but I think that's a bit sus. I don't believe him. I think he was asking for himself. Very sus indeed. Why, he's taking a hot minute to get here, isn't he? It's alright, we've got all the time in the world, mate. Hey, why did you go all that way just to jump there?
Where was you at? I was hunting. Nah, I was guarding slaves. We got a couple of
It's got a thing about, like,
the pigskins.
blowing up people's heads. Jesus 93, yes!
Did you hear that? He's dead!
Yes, he is. Anyway. Boop. That's not fair. You were meant to die. Thank you. Rude. I didn't blow that shit up so he could just ignore me. Jesus. Oh, maybe that's why he didn't jump up there. We're not climbing? Yeah. Oh, there's puppies on the loose. Jesus 93, I like it. Right. Show that an elven archer hunts his supporters. Defeat the war chief's bodyguards before. I did. I did.
Rain death from afar and draw the war chief forth.
Bet. Which ones are his supporters? Good talk. Haha. Oh, that's so much easier. Right. Anyway.
These oodles need to learn to lead. They're getting too jumpy high up in the rank lately. Wonder if it has to do with the Grave Walker.
Come on. Move. There we go. Me, motherfucker. Ooh. Not yellow. Not yellow. Yellows are over there. Okay. Well, that was rude. I'm not being a coward. I'm on a mission. Oh. I killed him. He's not meant to have bodyguards. I killed him. That is just fucking rude. Okay, so go fight the cargo. Bollocks. Come on! Excuse me, I was mid... I fucking killed him. I mean, I'll kill him again, it's fine, but I fucking killed you already. I mean, I will, because, like, I'm about to.
Didn't learn before, huh? I know that trick already. No, die.
You died already. Interrogate. Cheeky motherfucker. Who are you? Oh, I like his helmet. I do. Nice drop. Thank you. Stormbringer. Crack on the Stormbringer. I like his helmet. Boop. I mean, if it's gonna make us kill things twice, that's just naughty. Where's the other one? Right. I need more elf shots. If you'd be so kind as to provide those. I'm sure I saw an elf shot sign.
It's about right, leaping from the sky onto the backs of bull for nothing but that. Filthy ruins.
No. Oh, right there. I knew that. Have you got much planned with your night, Gee? I know what G's doing. Right, there's just something here.
That creature was warned about sneaking about again, but I got away.
Is it an item?
I saw the Tark scare Borg so badly he dropped his axe. I gave the axe back by burying it in his skull.
I had a nap. Do you feel better after your nap? I'm assuming so because your headache went away. But you know, you never. Ow.
You look like these to get their
I do. Good.
maggots in food. Properly, brother Forge. You're right. Got my
Aha.
arm there and it fell apart in a day.
Ow. Oh no. I left my tea in the kitchen. I may stream later. Ooh, good. Use R to find that I did. Oh.
They say the enemy is weak on the left.
Will you be streaming a game or
The dwarves
guitar?
will tear through them there. Maybe then we can leave these filthy marshes and go home. Yesterday, the enemy made a call for parley.
Oh.
We saw the emissary's party ride out, terrible
The
black
fuck was
figures
that?
on a black horse, and flanked by two huge men, similarly clad in black.
Are
They
you
were not
guys
allowed
being
to ride
generous
among
and
our lines.
stuff?
Amid suspicion, they would scout our disposition and report back to their vile master. Instead, a small group
I
of
found
elves
out
and
what
men
G
rode out to
did.
meet him.
Naughty G.
We could not hear what was said.
Thank you, but naughty G.
There will be no peace. Around the camp there are whispers. They say the emissary's mouth blackened and burned
Thank
with
you.
Sauron's words, and that saying them caused the
You
emissary
know
great
what you
pain.
did.
He promised only slavery and toil, and I am compelled to believe it. I cannot help but think we will never make it into Mordor. Only death awaits us here.
My phone just went off. Refresh my memory. You sent me a Ko-fi thing, which I appreciate greatly, but naughty, naughty. I was like, I'm gonna look at my phone because that was a weird sound, and I don't know what that sound is. I now know what that sound is. Okay. And? What do you mean, and? Don't do that to me. What do you mean, and? But wait, there's more. I'm so nervous. I don't know. God damn it. Thank you. Why didn't it give me that notification properly then? I need to figure these things out. I don't understand it. Why would you not tell me about that? Thank you very, very much. I'm going to be nice and bright red now. I hope you're happy. I do appreciate you. Yeah, that. See, look what you did. I do appreciate you, though. Thank you very much. Noi. There is a notification for Kofi to add to your OBS. I know. I'm gonna have to do it. I'm gonna have to also add one for Throne now. Seeing as that's also what she did. Naughty. Very grateful. Naughty. Stop it. And I need to figure out how to do the notifications on that as well. I will do it after this stream. I'll hop into a VC and then you can listen to me be awkward while I fix stuff. Look how red my cheeks are. I can feel it. Not ooh, Throne. God damn it. You guys are making me red.
Deerhouse said that he saw ghosts on the dead marshes.
Oh.
I thought he just saw his own fear.
The sleepless dead, the shadow men, the dead ones.
Oh god, that got dark.
Mordor calls to them all.
Like my humor. Right. Blah. I need to go up here. Can I go up here? Yes, I can. Oh. Right, so... Is that another war chief? Huh. It's another war chief. Ready? Superhero landing! The beast you are hunting is nearby. Yes, I can see that. Yes. Right. Squealer. Nice. Ashgran Ghoul Lover. Well, it says defeat his bodyguards before confronting him. As far as I'm aware, I've done that. Are you anybody's bodyguard? Oh, he's a pretty thing. That's how I feel first thing in the morning. Except instead of a club, I have a cup of coffee. Like, striking resemblance, I know. Right, he's not anyone's bodyguard, so fuck him. It's fine. Let's go!
Make this Uruk scream, and his master shall answer.
Oh no, I'm not good at this one. Who the fuck are you?
Lugar.
What a fun throw. Don't you making me nervous. Oh, yay!
You should never have crossed the Black Gate, Tark.
Yeah, about that. Hang on, how the fuck is he a whatever. He's given Pinhead vibes. I wasn't trying to target him. Oop. That was easy. Right, so I've got to make that one squeal. If I remember correctly, more specifically the Dragon Age game. Stop it! Right, so I've got to make him squeal, but I'm pretty sure last time I did this, I kept killing him. I mean, I wasn't meaning to. Just happened. Right, so kill him first. Then him. No, you couldn't. You couldn't.
These days, I dream only of shadows and fire.
Right, it's gonna... Please don't kill him. Please don't kill him. I just did a terrible thing, didn't I? Ah! Don't be going for the one I need. He's gonna die. This went better than I thought. No. Stop it. I'm meant to be concentrating. You're making me nervous. Right, you can stop screaming now. Jeez. Crimp the champion. Or will it be Crimp? You guys. Gee, you're a bad influence on Guy. He needs no more influencing. Right. Let's go kill a boss. Possibly. Why did you just stay there? Stupid.
I'll make sure it's your own.
Nice of you. So considerate.
Oh dear! You? Man fell. Forget him! Come get up close and personal with me instead!
I mean, if you want.
I'm almost within arm's reach!
Not the one I wanted to jump over. Still not the one I want to jump over. There we go. Fuck. Whoopa. Pissing me off. Hang on, I just need a plant. Fuck! They always have one that throws things. Oh. He did not throw things. Whoopee! I hit the
Oh,
button!
my sweet. Oh, I'm glad you want to play.
Fuck! Right, I'll get him next time. Now everybody has to get promoted. What are you two discussing? You'll have no date this weekend? And my stalkers used my Twitch name on Throne. Aw, Crimp got promoted. At least there's that. Wow, lots of people are getting promoted. You done now? Oh, now he's his bodyguard. Fabulous. So we're gonna have to get this guy before I go back for that guy. God damn. Upgrades? What, like on the dude? I should. Hi, Griffin. How you doing? What do you want? Do you want up? Come on in. Don't scratch on my chair. Come on. I've never used them. They're very weird people, to be honest, G. The people that Gee's having to deal with. You come and say hi? Hmm? Oh, it's Griffin. Say hi, Griffin. You don't want to say hi? No? Griffin doesn't want to say hi. He wanted to. Why is Dragon Age $100? It shouldn't be $100. It shouldn't be $100 at all. Unless that's what the conversion is in US dollars, but that's a bit extreme. Right, where's this thing I need to kill? We did track him, yes? Location on... Oh, okay. So I've got to go for somebody else first. I'll go get an orc. Here, little orange floof.
What are these towers of silver?
They are lights to
He's
guide
gone.
us in the land of shadow, where all
He was
other
like, no,
lights
you're
may
showing me
fail.
the people.
Pale reflections of the light of the two trees, and memories of a lost kingdom.
Oh, who are you?
Bagaboog.
Bagaboog. That was the really pretty one. Should we go see Bagaboog? That's still a bit much for a PlayStation game, though. And it's not anything if you don't do anything about it. You know what I mean? Alright, let's go get this dude. See if I can get information of this dude. You saw nothing? I'm a figment of your imagination. Leave me alone.
This Mordor's dead.
Oh, shame. It was a mercy killing. You gonna let me destroy the fire? Nope. Oh, he can be hit with range.
The archers that can shoot fire. Yeah, the best trade.
Oh, that went well.
The hammer really ought to be in charge. He's the most terrifying of all them black captains.
I don't know what it was. Must have been nothing.
Boop. Yeah. Well, so much for getting information out of him. Maybe one of his friends. Maybe not. Oh, you'll do. Now, if you would be so kind as to tell me who the fuck this is. Oh. Okay. Thank you.
Look, there's been a murder.
And if you could tell me his strengths and weaknesses, you can't because you're crap. Okay, never mind. How about you? Barfer. Lovely. Really nice. Classy. Ugh. Boop. No.
Get behind them!
No. Oh, great. No, not the one I wanted. That's the one I wanted. No, you won't. Who's this? Skog the Tracker. Might be the highest edition, plus it's only recently came out like 8 days ago. What's this for? The one that's on my thingy? It should just be the normal one. Oh, okay. No. Something's wrong with that. Hang on. Something's wrong with that. There's gotta be something wrong with that. That's ridiculous. I put it in straight off PlayStation. It shouldn't be... Why is it asking you for that much? Edit. I don't understand why it's asking you for that much. It's $69.99 the game. Hi! Right, 2 seconds. See if this fixed it. Did that fix it? How you doing? Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure people aren't getting absolutely, like, shafted here. Nope, that did not fix it. Good, I'm glad. I'm not doing too bad, thank you very much. Just trying to figure something out here. Sorry. I'm gonna have to try and figure out a way to change that around because that's bad. That's naughty. So if we don't do anything on it for now, I will fix it. But I'm glad you're not too shabby.
I swear, it was right over by the rock. It was more like a...
I'm going the wrong way, aren't I? Yes, I am. Right, fast travel. This way. Can I get that from here? Oh, I can. Boom. Right, yeet. I did answer you, didn't I? I did say I'm doing okay. Sorry, if I didn't, I apologise. Oh, there he is.
Maku.
Wait.
Maku.
Oh, I don't know anything about him. Okay, well, about to learn. Oh, he's by himself. What the fuck?
A scouting... Fancy helping me kill this lot?
The hell
think
kind
so,
of
you
fucking
selfish
noise
maggot.
was that?
I'm gonna hamstring
Will you please
this
stop
car.
making that noise, you strange little individual?
That won't work on me.
Fucking
No
will.
one to help you.
This is one of my favourite games, genuinely loved it. This is my first, like, full playthrough. I briefly played it when I was younger. Not very well. For about half an hour as well, I think. But so far, love this game. Pot liquor. I can relate. Boop. Right, so that was that one. So who was he the bouncer for again? This one. Who's all the way back over the other side. That's fine. I could try and kill him. No, we're going to try and kill him because he killed me. It's only fair. It is only fair. That's really, like, it's playing in my brain now. That thing on throne not being the way it should be. I'm going to have to change them. That's not acceptable. But it's going to play on my head until I do it. So this is going to be fun. That one. Right. Woo, excuse me. Okay, this way. Yeet.
We should be out there sharpening our weapons on the skulls of our enemies.
Jolly thought, innit? Go on, puppy. Do your job.
Aye, if you eat the slimy
Keep
grease
going.
up inside a slave's head.
Great, now the puppy died. I tried. You saw it. I tried. Right, I want to be over there. So... Don't mind me.
There's been more shrub going on in Nord. Beggars and slaves running amok. Fuck on! Just die!
It was the puppy's fault. It was. It stayed too close. It did. I agree. I tried everything I could.
Cream.
Ah, cream. Hello. How you diddling? I need to not ask that one now. Thank you, Puff Daddy. Meow. Boop.
I know the ranger! Manself! Gonna punish you good for giving me a hassle?
I'm sure you are, Poppet.
I got him! Stop him!
I mean, his hate of defeat is not going to stop me kicking the shit out of him, though, is
How
it?
adorable! You tried it again! You're defeating someone!
Yes, I do.
I see him!
Oh wait, I was gonna say, are we gonna keep going? Keeping going would be good. Boop. The Snoop. Snoop booped. He hated it so much he passed away. Yeah. I hate defeat so much I'm going to let you shove that sword straight in my brain. Bet you didn't think that's what I was going to say, did you?
Before I cut him in two.
The snoot repeatedly. Hello, Wonder Boy. How are you doing? I have to stop myself every time from being like, Wonder Boy. Every time. How are you? I should not be able to sneak attack you in the face. That is a skill issue. Oh. Okay, so we're doing this now. So happy to crash your stream. I'm glad you're here. Slice and dice. Oh. Chop. Yeah. Oh shit. Don't like them. Nope. No. Oh, see, you've gone lost your mojo now. That was a wall. Oh. That's aggressive. That was unnecessary. Like, surely they're gonna stop coming in here. I have people I need to talk to. Do you mind? Get. Right, sorry. I'm doing so well and so happy I catch a stream. I am glad you're here. How have you been? How's your night been? Or are you still daytime where you are? Right, over there. And there's no red people. I left one behind. Oh, I apologize. That's very rude of me. Forgive me, kind orc. How dare I? Nope, nowhere to see him. There normally would have been, but just in case, I wanted to have a chat. No, wow, that's a chin. He's proper like, pull your modest cowie face. Still day for me and going well so far. Good. How's your night been? Not too bad. Not too bad. Can't complain. Haven't died that many times, which I'm grateful for. Because, well, I say I'm grateful for. Obviously, I'm grateful I haven't died. Because things get stronger. But that means every time I do die, it takes about 5 minutes for everybody to get promoted. It's like, ugh. Nowhere to meet. Hell yeah. Right, let's go this way. And some assholes being too generous. That there are people being very, very generous. I went about that the completely wrong way. Woo!
Overwhelming!
Don't overwhelm me. I'm a millennial. I'm fragile. Yeah, you go get that rock. What an a-hole. Yeah. No, they have been very, very generous in making me very, very red. It's very, very naughty and need to stop it. But they do need to put a pause on the generosity because I need to fix Throne. Because it's trying to rob people blind and I don't appreciate it.
The men folk have more guts in the daytime. You gotta watch out for them treachery.
That's only because they're strong.
Like, I'm awkward enough with people giving me gifts without you then trying to take more from them than need be. Oh, fudge. I made a grave error. Yep, I made it whoopsie. Right, you blow up your head. Shut. Oh, no, kill. I mean, I was going to try and be nice and interrogate him. Apparently that's not allowed anymore. Collect a herb. I'm trying to collect a herb. Where's the herb? Oh. I knew that. The error can be rectified. You just kill them all. I mean... I can try. Right. Oh, yes. Let's see if I kill him this time. He has arrived. Where? Right there. Okay. Yeah! Armpit shot. In the neck. In the chest. Oh, he's very dramatic. I'm only shooting him repeatedly. Problem? Come on! Oh. Well, just for that. Thank you very much and welcome in. How are you doing? Apologies if I don't see anyone. I'm trying not to die.
You couldn't stay away.
Welcome in.
Man thing. I think you've acquired a taste.
Gee,
for
my dear darling, would you
company.
mind doing some shouties for me, please?
Each one of us will take a piece of you. Oh, the pain. Oh, I wish it might never end.
There you fucking go. Snipe the shit out of you.
Double yeah! Oh, look at that. His head just swung. It just flew. Thank you. Hang on. We also need to shout out Wonder Boy and Guy. And some Welsh. After the ads. God damn it. I didn't see the ads. Welcome in, Trey. Hang on, I'll pause.
I will embarrass myself so Mia doesn't have to embarrass
It's Santa Key.
Oh,
My
thank
God.
you.
Okay,
thank
it's
you,
happening.
Thank you.
Everybody stay
Oh.
calm.
What are we-
Procedure, everyone. What's the procedure? Stay calm. Wait. Everybody calm down.
Hello. Oh my goodness. Thank you for the raid. How's it going? Hang on.
Araxi asked for an uwu. So, seeing as you guys now have me all big on screen, I can go uwu.
That's fantastic.
Are you happy?
Yes. Yes, I am. That was brilliant. So how was your stream? How did everything go? Welcome in, everybody. For those who don't know me, I am Panda Pop. I'm odd. I don't play games very well. I have the attention span of a gnat. Thank you, Indy. Thank you very much. I saw you jamming some Shadow and Mordor, so just had to bring the wolves. I appreciate it. I appreciate it very much. Thank you. We are doing this. There's people in adverts at the minute. So I'm kind of like, oh no. I hope you didn't get stuck in ads on the way in here. Yeah. I'm not very good at this introduction thing. I just kind of say whatever spills out of my mouth, if I'm honest. Welcome, wolves. Yes, welcome in, wolves. We having a good stream? I'm trying to see what you streamed. It zoomed past me before I got a chance to see. Oh, were you streaming Kingdom Come Deliverance? Nice. Spill all the things out of that mouth. Oh, you. I've not played Kingdom Come Deliverance. I'll try that again. I have not played Kingdom Come Deliverance, but I have seen Necro and Raffi playing it, and it was pretty good. It did look very intriguing. Are you far? Like, how far into it are you? I'll talk for a couple more seconds till the ads are over, and then I'll go back onto the game. I promise. Welcome back from ads, anyone that had them. Sorry I didn't warn you. I didn't know. It's an amazing game. It looks really good, yeah. Doing a hardcore playthrough, ooh. Well, fingers crossed that goes well. It does look like a really good game, though. Alright, let's get back to it. Oh, wait. I'm assuming you've played this game before. I feel like I'm one of the only people on the planet that didn't play it all the way. My thumbs are faster than my filter can stop me. That's not always a bad thing, sir. Not that far into this one. Got distracted with the quarry. I think the second Kingdom Come Deliverance is in development. Ooh. I did. It's been quite a while though. Yeah, I feel like everybody else played this and I just kind of hopped on the bandwagon late. Story of my life though, so it's fine. Right, what ones of these have we got? Release in February 2025. Ooh, that'll be good. I wonder if Necro will play it. Or Raffi. Right, so we have... the ones I've got on are pretty good, to be fair. Increase weapon damage when hitting it from behind. No. Anyway. Oh, there's more. Oh, there's more. Okay. I love KFC. Yeah. And now I'm hungry. Thank you, Indy. I ordered Burger King, so I'm getting a chimkin burger. Ooh, a chimkin burger. I've not had Burger King in ages. My normal go-to was the double bacon. Oh, I'm 100% grabbing it. Wouldn't be surprised if Raph grabbed it already as a pre-order. Actually, do you know what? You've got a valid bloody point there. He probably has. I should have... Yeah. Bacon. Doing burgers there tonight. Oh man, everyone's getting burgers and I'm just left with like soup. I could have had something different. It was my own doing. I made the soup. Still. Everyone's getting burgers. Right, what we got? I didn't even read the last ones that I just looked at. Recover focus. I've not branded anyone. Upgrades. One more. What's this one? Fire. Fire arrow doesn't look bad. Improves the odds of an epic rune drop. I'm not bothered about that. I thought I already got that. I could get a burger tomorrow. I could dip a burger in the soup. Do you know what it is? I probably could actually. It'd be a little bit odd. But odd's my thing. It's fine. But I've made it rather thick. So, yeah. I don't like how that keeps... I've done it. Right. Anyway, sorry. So, we have more health. Probably be beneficial. What the hell are you doing over there? Sorry, that's the dog. So it's more sauce than soup. No, it's soup. It's just a bit thicker than usual. But it's still soup. Are you over there now, are you? Okay. Can you not dig up all my shit though, please? If you would be so kind. It's bloody good soup though. Should we put it on the sword? Right. Now we can add another rune to the sword. My brain is in the gutter now. I was trying to think of ways to not word it so gutter brains would occur and failed. So I tried. 20% chance at criticals. Grants access to the storm if you feel legendary weapon power. When you hit streaks 30 plus. I somehow doubt it. I'm gonna try that one. Because I fucking can. Right. Who's the next target? I didn't do that yet. We'll go for him. Why the fuck not? He's the only one left. Right. Let's oh, pretty. You are over there.
The war chiefs come crashing down on them before the end
Ooh,
of the day.
who are you?
Hoorah.
Hoorah. Okay, that is a chin. The ocean is just a huge soup when you think about it. It is, yes. It's even seasoned. So's the bath.
There's no way there's gonna be enough grog to go round.
Where is it? Oh, he's right the way over there. Okay. Some low-hanging fruit there. Well, first, it would be rude to not be like, boop. Oh, how'd that get there? Oh, no. Oh. Mother. Fluff nugget.
What was that? You say something, slave?
No.
I hear so much as you breathing. I'll chop off your legs and make you do 10 laps around camp.
How was he going to do 10 laps with no legs? That was the stupidest threat ever. I'm going to chop your legs off and make you do like... No, you're not. You chop his legs off, he cannot run. Low-hanging fruit. I feel like I'm missing out on a vital joke here.
This is taking too long. They ought to just lop the idiot's head off and move along.
Right, anyway. Boop. The snoot. Nope.
That felt good. Man swine! Your suffering will be sweet delight.
Yes, yes, it will. Oh, look at me suffer. Ah, the pain. That's gonna bite me in the arse. Already known. Unknown. Okay. Oh, wow. That's lovely. Beautiful. No judgment here. And pop! Right. Now where's that? That way. Okay. Boop!
Something just moved over there.
Right, taxi's time. What places to be, man? Right, that's gonna be down there, isn't it? Oh, there it is. Oh no, that's health. Where's the thing I'm looking for then? Oh. I knew that.
No order deserved to be strung along for this long.
Go on, you can do it. I couldn't do it. God, upper body... I keep saying upper body strength of a hamster, but honestly, they will have more upper body strength than me. Nope, stop it. I don't have any. Have I got any other golem things to do? That's what that'll be, isn't it? Destroy the Gorthor to draw forth the Black Captains. Oh. I don't know about that. Supper. Be right back. Enjoy! Not jealous at all. Cry havoc. Slaughter waves of enemies and force them to face you. Okay.
You never seen so much.
If we die, we die.
Only strength of stone survives the flood. Resist the war chief's waves, and he shall face us.
Bit. Trigger them to raise the alarm. All I've got to do is stand there for that.
Felgrat.
Okay. Let's go see Felgrat. He was like, ooh, big summer blowout. Right, where is he? There he is. Let's see how this goes.
I should nail your feet down! Skin! I'm gonna skin ya! Flay ya! Do you want to be dead when it happens?
Preferably. Not gonna lie. Ta-da! He looks shocked. Oh, here we go. Oh, not shields.
There he is!
Oh my god, what did I just do? Wow, okay, that happened.
Stay alert, just in case.
Oh, these are going to be funny buggers. shit. Right, hang on. Ooh. Excuse me. Coming through. Thank you very much. I need a plant. Plant. Other side. Damn it. Oh my goodness. What on earth just happened there? Thank you very much. But stop it. You have been generous enough this evening, gosh darn it. But thank you. Enjoy your emotes. Twerking pandas. They all seem to lose their head. Understandable, really. Like I was saying before, if I walked in somewhere and someone just started, like, lobbing people's heads off, I'd be like, do you know what? Good. You seem to have this covered. Bollocks. You're not a plant. You are, though. Can I get you in time? Can I fuck? Woohoo! Skill. Right, and then I'm gonna go back here. No, not. Can you climb the fucking wall, please? Jesus. Keep going.
Did you hear that?
Oh my goodness, really? Yay, I'm on the leaderboard! I think I was just casually going to walk through here now.
I thought I heard murders. But what?
Ah, fuck. Fuck. Ooh! Deserved that. I can't see shit. How the fuck do I need another plant already? God damn it. Says there's one. There it is. No. There we go. Yeah, I know.
Don't move!
I mean... Jesus.
Hit it from the side! You're in my sights!
Ow. Deserved that. Deserved that. Didn't deserve that. Right, you bugger with your fucking swishy, flicky, shitting thing. Oh, I'm gonna die. Give me a minute, I need a plan! It seems you haven't gotten into a little situation. What? It seems you haven't gotten into a little situation. Somebody else. Yeah. I may have bit off more than I can chew. I already know that's gonna get, like, worded terribly. Oh, he's dead. Okay, fine. Can you move? Jesus. Run! Ah, fuck you. Oh, he's arrived. Handy. What do you mean he's got a bodyguard? God damn it. And bow and arrow. I definitely need to find it. Plant of some sort. Well, that plant's not going to work. I need another plant.
You've done well, but now it's time
You just
you
blew
faced
me
a real
up.
commander.
Oh my goodness. He's fucking blowing me up. Jesus. If we could calm the fuck down, that would be great. I just need a plan.
You maggot! This is the last time we meet, Tark. Even I'm losing my patience with you.
Wow. Pretty. Do I have any arrows? Oh, I do. Fucking typical. Nope. Oh. Is there a plan? Plan? Anyone? Anyone? Plans? Oh, some arrows. I will get into, like, fighting again, honest. Where you at? There you are.
Too tough for you.
Fucking hell.
Lean out your ears. You're always hearing me. Stay put.
Ah, fuck. Oh. I can fucking try. I need to find plant while he sets everyone on fire. I mean, he's doing me a favour, so. Right, plant. Will I be able to get that plant now? I just need some health, motherfucker. All I'm asking for. Woo! One mushroom. Let me get it. Let me get it. Yeah! Right. Way out. Fuck you. I'm on a mission. Move. There he is.
Clear the flames. Ready to fight.
Woo! Seems your boss is a bit of a dick, right? Will ya? Back off. I mean, I know logically no, they will not. But can they just try? Oh, yeah. Whee! Yep. Up it goes. Until we reach the tunnel. Oh, Jesus Christ. He is a fan of the spice. I'm glad they can't get up here. That's very helpful for me. Because I'll just do this. And then run away. Right. I think I'm out of plants. The problem.
Not bloody likely. Run!
You can retreat, that's fine. I don't give a fuck about you. Oh. Fuck off. Get out of your way. Yes! Oh, deserve that. Yes! Are you going? You just headbutted me. Yeah. It's a good thing I didn't panic. Can I still get him? Or is he gone? No, he's off. It's fine.
Thrak.
Yeah, he's off. Cool as a cucumber. Fuck yeah. Right, so we've killed all but Ratbag, who's my boy.
My God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm. What's the procedure, everyone? What's the
Hi.
procedure? Calm! Wait. Everybody calm down!
Oh my goodness. Hang on. I'll do the thing. Hello. Hi, Harold. How was your stream? Ah, you're ginger. So are you. Bitch. Fabulous. I'll not do that again. Anyway, hello everybody. How is everything going? How was this stream? 2 minutes, I need my keyboard. Never mind, G's on it. Oh no, it's doing it again. We'll try and shout you out in a couple of minutes, see if it works. It was good. Good. I'm glad it was good. Hello, everybody. Just in case people don't know. Just in case. That sounds so... Never mind. I'll have a go at myself for that later. For those who don't know me, I am Panda Pop. We are a RPG variety streamer. We're currently playing Shadow of Mordor, which was the Discord voted for game. And we're kicking ass. I don't panic at all. It's great. I have the What? That was so, I was literally about to say I have the attention span of Doug, and then I saw Anomaly's message pop up, so that was well done, Anomaly. Well played. But I forgive you. Oh, good. Why do I need forgiving? You stole my raid alert. Oh. Sorry. I'm glad you forgive me. I have been good, thank you. I have been rather good. How have all you been? Hello again, Wonder Boy. I need to... every time. It's just Wonder Boy. Every time. Can't help it. What is the legend of your power? So, yes. I don't play it very well, but we play the game. You can laugh at me fail. Let's go. I hope everybody's having a good night too. What's that say? The patients are escaping the madhouse. Lunatics are loose. I know. It's great. I love it. Just sitting at work, playing on my Switch, waiting to go home. Ooh, what you playing? So, we have killed all of the lords. They did. I did that. We now just need to make our way through everyone. The amount of flies on that motherfucker. Oh, I swear a lot as well, for those that aren't aware. The new Mario Brotherhood game. Yay, death! Everybody's favorite thing. Okay, so technically technically we now can go and do this. Oh, there's a region I haven't unlocked. Shut up. I haven't unlocked somewhere. I can't wait to get my capture card set up. I have this on PS5 and want to play it again. You should definitely play it and stream it. Wait, if you just said about capture card, you will be streaming it. Good. Do you remember that thing I said about like Doug attention span and stuff? Why is it only you? Well, it's not only you showing this, but why are you like showing this so much? I try to hide it. God damn it. I fail, but I try. Right. So he's ran away. Because we're big and scary and grr. Oh, he came back.
Forces are on the move. I heard a march.
He's a confusing little fucker. See if I can get him. No, get down. Chase him. You saw nothing. You saw nothing. Oh, god damn it. See? And he was meant to have escaped. Anomaly brings out my dysfunction too. It's lovely. What's that on the wall, by the way? Do you mean the picture or the blue lines? I know you probably mean the light. But the picture is of snowdrop flowers, if you would like to know. But I've got one of them astronaut lights, so it can move. But I thought that might be too distracting. So I just make it stop. The picture is snowdrop flowers. Because I am in my sitting room. I don't think you need moving lights. Oh god, no. No, I don't need moving lights. I get distracted enough. Without like pretty lights in the background. Because I would get distracted by that. Make sure I've not missed anything. So is everybody having a good night? Or day, depending on your time zone? Are you all having a good time? Oh, right. So that's black gate. Don't need that. Maybe we could do... Should I do more of these? Or... I feel like I should crack on with this, you know. Always a lovely time. I hope so. I do try. Right, is that going to be paper or a person? Person. Give me that intel. Who do I need it on? Know his strengths and weaknesses. Who are you? I mean, that's quite a well-fitting name. Look at him. Very rat-like. Yeah. Hop. And we're going this way. I'm not doing collectibles yet because I will get lost in all of the collecting. And I will bore the shit out of you. And that's not what I'm meant to be about. Whee! Superhero landing! I say that every time. I'm sure it's really irritating. You'll have to deal with it, like, but... I am acknowledging that it's probably irritating. Right. Suck it in. I'm gonna hate this. It's a fitting execution, the popping of their heads. It's good, isn't it?
You saw what these monsters are capable of. It is madness to stay here.
Yes, but circumstances have changed. Don't you see we have him on our side now?
Why would he want to help us? Weeks ago, he was our enemy.
Italian, ready to pick that fight?
I'd best take these bandages to the others.
Yeah. Lady.
The orcs are building a monument to honor Sauron. We have enough blasting powder to destroy it.
Fine. I'll take it in.
Panda pop popping heads.
Without
Ooh.
me, you won't.
Thought your only concern was saving your wife.
Should we say that every time
So
the
did
head
I.
explodes? Panda pop.
Come on, let's go before I change my mind.
Because you know I'm cool. Like that.
Forgive Erin's words.
No.
Her heart is with our people.
Don't care.
The slaves you helped us free know where the Dark Lord's monument is most vulnerable. We will strike there.
Yeah.
We'll need to steal a cart of grog from the Uruk. It will make quite the trigger for the blasting powder.
Oh, that makes sense. I'm like, why
Let's
are we getting
move.
drunk? That sounds lovely. Oh, it's those things.
The ghouls have turned on the Uruks.
Good.
Nature's darkness cannot be tamed.
Why the fuck was the floor shaking? The fuck?
The cart's up ahead. Be ready. Where there's
Be
grog,
ready?
There's Uruks.
Dude, the floor
When I'm
just
through,
shook.
No Uruks will draw breath.
Okay, fine.
have my
We'll
word.
just pretend that didn't even happen.
Because their spears make a much bigger mess of an enemy than
Clear
any
the area, secure the grog. Nabosh. Round one.
The war chief must have gotten his orders.
I think something just moved.
Nobody else could make up a plan.
Boop. La 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 la.
The cart, the spark of our rebellion.
We need a
Okay.
real fight.
We ain't mucking about.
Boop. Oh, he's on fire. Fabulous. That saves me a bother. Oh. He's a really good lookout. Boop. Have I got to kill the puppy too? No, good. Ooh, go on.
Just lucky I didn't get blown up myself. One shot from the ground.
You're welcome. I kind of want to go and get them arrows. Go get them arrows. Will it let me? Or will it be like, you're going too far from your mission? Nope, it'll let us. Good. Living my elven dream. Yeet. Well.
All clear, men! Excellent, Talion. Now we must ensure our men can push the cart to the monument free from harm.
The floor shook again. The fact that nobody gives a shit that the floor is
how
wobbling
fast
is
evil
very
corrodes.
concerning.
This decay. Gondor must not fall prey to the shadow.
About that.
Let's move.
Ba-da-da-ba. Dooby-doo. There's gonna be a fucking troll or something, I just know it.
Wait. Something hides in the dark.
Yeah, me.
Ghouls. They will pick the meat from our bones.
I'm sure that ghoul just yelped. I dropped my phone. And then you said you're welcome. I was like, witch! I mean, you're not wrong. Sadly, I don't have any magical powers. Apart from the power of Tism. What the fuck did you go that way for?
Kill the lot so my men can pass. If you need assistance, I'll be close.
Yeah, watching. Eliminate the camp. Okay. Wow. Wobbling much. Oh. Fucker. Fuck off, leave me alone. I said leave me the fuck alone. Creepy little fucker. Right, as it was. Boo! Whoops, sorry, swung the camera too far. I should not be able to do. Panda. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Ooh, that didn't hurt. Go me. I feel that that's quite insulting, really. That he just pulls his sword out when I've killed everything. I was initially like, yeah, bearded ginger dude, love it. And now I'm like, you're a bit of a dick, aren't you? Fighting side by side. I'm sorry, what the fuck are you being fighting? Your moral compass? I need to stay a thing. Panda. Pop.
Ranger, stay close.
Well, where the fuck else am I gonna go?
The ghouls swarm Durthang.
Shit.
My men can use this distraction to push the cart beneath the bridge unseen.
Okay. We could use the help.
Simmer, beasts. You'll get Uru guts as a reward.
Okay. Oh my goodness, he did something. Well, look at you. Oh yeah, I'm also very catty.
Dead rumble below our feet.
I've been telling you that for the last like 15 minutes.
They're upon us.
Yeah. Panda punch! Oh. Spoiled my fun. That was going to be really cool. It wasn't.
My men will protect the cart. Let's clear the ridge so they may pass.
What men? That thing's being pulled by Thestrals. There's nothing there. Unless they're pushing it from... phrasing. Unless they're pushing it. That'll do. Where the hell is this? Oh.
The next outpost will be the largest.
Oh, there's a plant. I need a plant. That does not look healthy. Just announcing the attack, panda, etc. is a good idea.
It's too quiet.
You meant to say from
Something
behind,
is
didn't
amiss.
you? No. I meant to try and word it differently, and I'd already started a terrible, terrible sentence, so I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna leave it there. Leave it there. Let it do its thing. Da-da. Dibby-doo. Ah, dibby-doo. Oh. Boop. Can I do a panda punch? Panda punch! Nope. Can't now. I know he's taking damage. I can fucking see that. Oh. Oh. I got a bit too into that. Are you done?
Caragors. One enemy replaces another.
Bella. Bella's had a haircut. And when Bella has a haircut, Bella demands that she wears a jumper. So Bella currently has on her Yoda jumper. Bit punchy. I have been told that before. Would you like to say hello? Do you want to say hi? She wants to say hi. Well, 2 minutes. I'm gonna do it. There's no point in getting down. Right. Ooh. Come here. Get here. Bella up. Ready? Ooh. Ugh. Yeah. Say hi. No, that's licking me. Don't do that. She got smart. She's stuck in my coat. Say hi, everybody. How you doing? It's me, Bella Bobs in my green jumper. That's a microphone. Yes, you speak into that. Don't talk though. Nobody needs to hear that. That's a duck. That's my face. Can I put you down now? Say bye. Get out my coat. Ooh. That was a Bella. That was also a Bella. Were you saying hello? It was a bit delayed. I already had you on the screen. Right, you can get down now. Come on. Don't you stomp your paw at me. Get up. Oh, don't be silly. She's like, it's playtime, right? It's like, yeah, for me. Now she's in a mood. That was a Bella. Right.
The monument is upon us. A tribute to darkness built by the blood of my people.
That's kind of cool, though.
Relish its destruction. Take a long look.
I am.
That monument
That
will
is kind of
soon
cool.
fall.
I know he's a bad guy and shit.
There, Ranger.
Cool.
Our success depends on your ability to clear the outpost of Uruk. Only then can my men get into position to destroy the monument.
Like, I'm sorry, would you like to aim?
The Uruk's numbers dwindle now that their war chiefs have fallen by my hand.
Right, who we're looking for? Oh. Wow, there really is a lot less than I thought. Dun, dun, da, da. Doo-doo. Right, so there's 2 up there. Ooh, there's a thingy. A musty tome. Oh, I like it though. Aha.
Are you Athelas or Hithless? Why can't I find anything in this almanac? Well, only one way to be sure. Cheers. Now I wait. This will either cure my fever, or I'll be dead in seconds.
Fair.
It shan't do either. You'll need to ground it up for its healing properties.
You. The outcast woman.
I'm Erin. I never got to thank you, Ranger. There are but few of your kind on the Black Gate.
Duty clouds kindness in these parts. That's why I deserted. I'm here gone.
It's Ginge. Right.
I promised Yorith we would one day travel the Anduin. When Deerhile was grown,
okay.
we would go
Never mind.
together, and we would behold the pillars of the kings. I hope that Hirgon's people can escape.
I do not know where you shall see your family again. The doom of man is
You
beyond
see
the
nothing.
vision of the elves.
Oh, really? I can't get in there? Oh.
Damn me. Don't know how to dig a ditch or even run away. Run away? If they couldn't do it at Morannon, how could they...
Boop. Did it die? Did now. A bunch of them down there.
Wait! I smell something.
Look, it's not my fault, okay? Oh no! What happened? It's so sad.
I was thinking I should get the blacksmith to make a big spot I can put all over me head and back.
I don't know what it was. Must have been nothing.
Don't you dare, don't you dare, don't you dare. Oh, not a... Well, I'm gonna kill one of his people, but so be it. Oh, okay, they're fireproof. Fabulous. Fireproof is good. Why am I not getting the panda pop? Darn it. Oh, I'm not gonna do anything right now. Panda stab! Ooh, right in the spine though. Ooh, that was personal.
Everyone! To the monument!
Fireproof is pretty OP, right? Love tab with the arrowhead.
I'll handle the Uruks. You handle the car with the explosives.
Boop. Oh no, no more elf shots. Yippity-boo. Stab.
Keep moving forward. No Uruk shall harm you.
I mean, they might. Oh, bitch. Oh no. Oh, bollocks. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do?
Arms us not. We carry one far greater.
What am I meant to do? Oh. Read the screen. That's what I meant to do. I have no elf shots. What? I'm gonna fail this bit now. Where's the other one? Where's the other one? Where's the other one? I failed. Right, so if I read the objective, I know what to do. Who'd have
I'll
thunk
handle
it?
the Uruks. You handle the car with the explosives.
Slice!
Keep moving forward. No Uruk shall harm you.
They might. Well, at least I've got full doodad. Can't think of the word now. Arrows. Oh, there are ads. I'm sorry, I didn't warn you. I didn't know. Right. One.
Harms us not. We carry one
Two.
far greater.
3. Push the grog cart.
Stop the car. They're coming.
I didn't mean to duck, but okay. No, come on. Panda! Pandy! Apparently Harold brought me in. Yeah! Because he's awesome. I'ma just push this thing. Push this thing. Oh, oh, oh. We did a thing. We might want to move. No? Okay. What do I know? Huh? Leslie Tiller was fucking murdered. It's just what went through my head there. You know what? You're fucking welcome. Fuck yeah.
You have sealed their doom. My people believe they have just claimed their freedom.
Your
Is that
people
what you told them?
are
Men need
possibly
help.
incorrect.
I just gave them what they asked for. Then your men need their leader.
It feels weird to not actually like the ginger bearded one in the game, but he gives me dickhead vibes. All of you, you're fucking welcome. Thank you, Harold. Okay, we
To these
did a
outcasts,
thing.
it seems I am less of a monster.
The black captains are now available. Do I need to wait a second?
In death than I was in life.
Oh.
It is the Black Hand and his captains who are the true monsters. They will return, and when they do, these men will die.
Yep. The black captains have answered your challenge. Not on here, they haven't, unless I've got to go somewhere else. So we just run around the map now, yes? Who? Raffi? No, that took me a fucking hot minute. I was like, why Raffi? Raffi for? Like, no. The gingery dude in this. Raffi would be a cool captain.
Keep your guards up. This monument falls, and you'll answer to the hammer.
Right, is there any captains in here? No. Do I have that tower? Which way am I facing? I don't think I do. Because it looks a lot closer than that. Let's go see if we have that tower. Who's spotting us? Oh, changed his mind. Didn't spot me at all. You said gingerbeard one. Yeah, it took us a second. I was like, who? Why? Where? Well, that was pointless. Now, I could be wrong, but it did look like that tower was a lot closer. Considering it's now kind of vanished. I may have been wrong. Yep, I was wrong. Never mind. Right, so we're going in there for this prick.
Our camp and the next one over are gonna be merged into one big army.
That better not be true. I ain't sharing my
It's my ginger beard. She hides that I'm actually gay. I'll be anybody's beard, I don't mind. But you shouldn't hide anything. Flaunt it, darling. It's fabulous. Wow. The Endless. Oh, well, that feels like a challenge accepted kind of thing. Disgusted by the filthy weakness of the cowardly menfolk. Same. That feels fair, right? Yeah. Skadoosh.
Freedom.
Yeah. Freedom. Hoorah. Ooh, who are you?
Zugor.
Oh. What are the fucking odds of that? Challenge accepted, motherfucker. Let's go. Ooh, I like that. Now, can I shoot Hugo in the head? I can! Fabulous! You look a bit confused. Never mind. Oh, that went swimmingly. I'ma just... Challenge accepted is the name of my adult film. Nice title. I like it. Mine's Panda Pop. Because it just goes with everything, really. I miss this game so much. When's your capture card due? I mean, you could technically play it before the capture card gets there. And then just restart once the capture card does get there. Just share. Panda's so adorable, she gets excited about everything. It's not my fault. Ooh, why is the dun 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 duns? Why do we have dun 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 duns? Ooh, who are you?
Barfa.
Barfa. Pop it. It's like Bop It, but with disabled pandas. Right, we'll go kill him. Oh, hang on. Sorry. Nope, sorry. Can't forget you.
That was pathetic. If you're gonna
Well, that was
lose his hood, you should at least die first.
I already have it, but only been doing things on PC, so I've used a capture card.
My God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm. What's the procedure,
Ooh.
everyone? What's the procedure? Stay calm! Wait. Everybody calm down!
Hi! Hang on. I do this. And then we'll go see that really attractive orc after we've seen this one. No. Hi, everybody. How you doing? How was your raid? How was the raid, really? How was your game? How was your stream?
Go. On my way. Please tell me there's a lot of them.
Oh yeah. Jumping. There was a lot of them. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Boom! I like that.
That'll do it. How'd everything go? Harold with the Maxwell raid. Fantastic. Pal World was fun. I do need to get that, you know. I do. That is also on the throne. However, as G, he didn't point it out, but showed me by not trying to show me. Because of G, I now know that I need to go and fix that. Because it's trying to rob people blind, and I do not accept such things. Pal World is definitely fun. It looks amazing. Yeah, indeed, gifted sub. So you get to have like twerky pandas and shit. Everyone loves twerking panda. Right. I haven't done my spiel, have I? Do I need to do my spiel? Should I do my spiel? I don't know. Let's get back to the orcs. Thank you for the raid, though. I'm glad you had a good game. I will need to get Pal World. It's on there. It's on there. So. Oh, look at them. They look amazing. Twerking buddies. You just got to 70 followers. Well done. That's awesome. Once you get to 100, we need to, like, we need to do a streamy thing. Oh, yes. That's it. Thank you. You kind of reminded me. So on Thank you. I appreciate you very, very much. So on Sunday, we are going to be doing a 12-hour stream in order to celebrate reaching 200 followers, which I never thought I would be saying, but here we are. So yeah, we're going to be doing a 12-hour We are currently voting on what game we're going to play in the Discord. If you don't have the Discord, it's !Discord. And I may just be able to press a button and do it for you. There we go. And I think God of War Ragnarok's in the lead at the minute. Excuse me, sorry. You are terrible, we all know this. In a good way, though. We got to do a full 24-hour Panda. Oh, Panda could not handle 24 hours. She old, man. Jesus. I'm 34, god damn it. But we're 12. And we try. But our 12-hour streams do take place. I will be sitting on a sofa, because if you think I can sit in this chair for 12 hours, you are totally mistaken. Because my spine would kill me. Oh, you stalker, back off. The old grey mare, she ain't what she used to be. Exactly, exactly. She used to have a fully functional spine once upon a time. Never mind. Anyway. But yes, we will be doing 12-hour stream. By the look of it, it is going to be God of War, but I don't know yet. And I will be dressed up as a panda. Because I decided. A functional spine, dare to dream. Right? I thought I was going to have a functional spine after the first surgery, but no, heaven forbid. We can't have a fully functional spine after an actual spinal surgery. No, not at all. I did 25 hours just a couple of weeks ago. And I'm 32. Not that hard. Well, that wasn't what was in question now, is it? That was naughty. I would apologise, but it would be a lie. I've been lurky lurk, mate. Well, I appreciate any lurks that I have as well. I totally lost my train of thought. Don't you love it when that happens? Oh yeah, so the extra 2 years clearly really helps on the whole, like, thing. I'm just gonna get back to this because I'm talking absolute shit. There's a blue pill that can help with the not that hard.
That's what she said.
Please say that worked. Ooh, piece of candy. Did you guys hear that? Did it work? Thank God. If that didn't work, I'm gonna be so upset. Good. I'm glad it was glorious. Thank you. I appreciate you. Right, so Flak Man-Eater. Angry that other Uruk are so weak and pathetic. I mean, he's not exactly screaming macho Uruk. Nice spin, though. That was a nice spin. He's given Daryl vibes. Maybe it's just the crossbow and the ridiculously, like, we need to make his arms look muscly, but skinny arms. You know what I mean? Wow, that man was waiting a long time for the panda pop. Sorry. How very rude of me. He's just spent the last 15 minutes being like, are you gonna fucking pop my brain or not?
Someone's gotta dig for the artifacts. Besides, the dark
Free slaves to learn a captain's weakness. Or just punch them a lot and see what hurts. Like, arrows hurt. Ooh, dick shot. Oh, it was a leg. Hang on. Leg. Come on, give me a crotch shot. God damn it. It aims a little to the right. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. You better run. You better run, motherfucker. You better run.
Stay alert, just
You better run a little bit faster. Come on. Come on. There we go. Where's it gone? Where's it gone? Where's it gone? Fuck, he escaped. I got too cocky with the fucking shots. I know, phrasing.
The ground broke loose and now someone's gotta go get it back. Well, I'm not doing it. I've got better things to do.
Tappy tappies. I have a tappy tappy now.
Maybe it'll stomp on a few ghouls.
Hey. Right. Did you see that thing? Look at it. Ugh. It is very cute. Thank you. Right, we're gonna travel here. Fucking found him and then you fucked off. That's just rude. Honestly, rude. Right, he's over there somewhere. Fine. Dun, 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 dun. Boop-a-doo. Right. Where's he at this fucking time? Not close enough. Fine. Nope, shield. I thought it was him then. Ah, there he is.
Berserkers who get the grog.
Oh, there's a free puppy. Oh, that's someone totally different. I like his mask though. Well, I think he's about to meet the puppy. Yep, he met the puppy. Oh, he's met a few. That's unfortunate, really. Yes, I do. No, bad puppy. I should not have been able to do that, but I'm gonna take it. Can't believe they wasted the Nemesis system and never used it for anything else. The Nemesis system? What do we mean? I feel like I should know this, but I do not. Who are you? Skog. Nice. Ooh, stealth finishes. Good. Clumsy. Same. It's a thing in this game. Oh! Like, you mean when, like, you kill somebody and if they kill you, they increase level kind of thing. Is that what the... Ah, puppy! Yeah. Ah. Sorry, I was not aware of that. But no, I like this system. You're right, it is a shame they never used it anywhere else. Can I shoot that? I mean, I know I can shoot the orc. Right. Intel. Well, it says they've answered, but let's just go and do a bunch of these. do, 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 do. I need to stop doing that as well. I won't. But I need to.
I'll kill you.
No, you won't. You ain't seen shit. Holds a feast to celebrate great deeds and compete to see who can hold the most grog. Left undisturbed, the leader will increase in power. Oh well. Let's go crash the party.
We celebrate! Eat! Drink!
I kind of like his weapon. It's really odd. Can I shoot the... That's what I wanted. Can I shoot him? Fuck yeah, I can! Yay! Feast resolved. He was humiliated. Wow. Humiliated. At his own feast. Dun dun da da boobadoo. Stop it.
Stop this guy!
Boop. Oh, you come back. You come back here. You come back here.
Somebody's sneaking around.
This one. Okay. Oh. Panda pop.
The slaves run off.
Right, I need a new song because I'm starting to do my own fecking head in with the sneaking song. I should not be able to do this.
All together.
Hey. Fine. So be it.
Get behind.
Get intel on that one. Okay. Right, so that's all of them, yes? And I need to get this. Ooh, I need to adjust how I'm sitting, because good God. Right, so we disrupted that one. Now we go to this one. Invade the duel. Ooh, we might be able to kill two. Bet. We'll do this one and then finish. Technically, I should finish now, but psh. Rebel. Wow, that was lame. Right. Was there a fast travel point there? No. Okay, run. Run, bitch! Run! Oh. Do your duty to our school! Really? You made me waste an arrow. Boop! The snoop. Let's go. Ranger. Ooh! Oh, I've done it now, haven't I? Panda! Pop! Jesus!
Overwhelming!
That was brilliant. Oh, no, he's fucked. You still fucked, mate. Shame. And that's how you did. No. Right. Where now?
Fed a slave to a Caragor, and the slaver got mad. Why? Suppose it's a bit of a waste.
Reply. Ooh, puppy, puppy. You don't want to fight me. Go see them guys. You don't want to fight me. Fine. Ooh, shit. Dismount. Go! Ooh, shit. Wait, I'll make you a puppy friend. Don't kill it. Hi-ho, Silver. Away! Oopsie. There you go. Be free. Make friends. Whatever. Right. And then we're gonna go up.
Money don't jiggle jiggle.
It
falls.
Ayla! Thank you very much, but stop it. But thank you. How are you doing? Hi. Do. Nope, not that one. Not that one. You're in here somewhere. Nope, don't stop. I have a
Money
shed to
don't
get
jiggle,
to.
jiggle. It falls. I like to see you wiggle wiggle for sure.
Thank you. Stop it. Where's Ayla's shouty gone? Ooh, that hurts. Hang on, I need to fix this.
I'm being rained on. I'm being rained on.
Hi, yes. You're welcome.
Oh no!
You fell over.
I'm so glad I found you.
You found bull
You're
crap.
not alone.
I found you. Holy shit!
Oh, I hate those things.
Spawns. It doesn't even. It doesn't matter what you do. The first time you see these sons of bitches, every fucking time, it turns into this. Just
IO number 1. Of course, dear. Of course. How are you both doing? Oh, we have new runes. Might change that one, because I don't actually know how to, like, engage it. Ooh. I could have a fiery sword. Kind of like the idea of a fiery sword. Yep. Oh no, my TV's gonna shut down. I don't know where the remote is. Oh no! Oh, it's over there. Bear with me. I'm gonna be our back screen while I find my remote. You beat it? Awesome! Well done. So what happens when you beat the radius? Like, do you get to go home? I like everything that's on the bow. Hang on. Do we have upgrades? Not enough to upgrade the bow, though. Of course it's not enough to upgrade the bow.
My money don't jiggle jiggle. It
oh,
folds. I like to see you wiggle wiggle. For sure.
Thank you. Stop it. Oh, a lethal version. Okay. I shot myself as sacrifice. The twirling panda is the best. Oh, the twerking. Yeah, I love the twerking panda. It is pretty much the only reason anyone has a subscription, and I am okay with that because it is awesome. Sounds anticlimactic. It's sort of like, so did you actually like win the game or did you rage quit? You know, shooting yourself? Twerking panda. Oh, I'll do them later. Bugger up. Excuse me. Right, oh, of course, they're both fucking spear throwers.
Make you weep blood.
It is, and it even makes the game's character wonder what the fuck.
To see you die.
Right, so we're gonna start off with the shield people, because I fucking hate shield people. Oh, they're horrible too. Can I shoot you in the head? Awesome. Can I shoot you? Nope, because I am a shit shot. Stop moving! Don't you dare.
Run!
Damn it! Spear throwers are very close to racial slur in the US. Yeah, I never thought that until after I'd said it.
Like a bit of Uruk fighting Uruk, do you? Come on then.
Why did he make that
in.
sound dirty? You made it weird, dude. Made it weird. That's what you get for making it weird. There was no need. No. Why would I want him to do that? Oh guys, come on. I just need to grab the thingy. That's all I want.
All at once now.
No, not allowed. Panda. Oh, you mother fluffer. Oh. Never mind.
Now's our best chance.
It's legit the game ending. Shoot the girl, shoot the god of the radius, or shoot yourself. Oh. Okay. Well, if shooting yourself's an option, could you not just do that at the start of the game and then win it that way? And go back and do the other two endings? Or do you have to, like, have completed a certain amount of things first? I imagine you've got to complete a certain amount of things first. But you never know, really. Ooh! Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow, potential bot. If you are not a bot, say chocolate. Shall I? Do what you must. We are going to go for Thrak. Banhammer! Fast travel. Oh, I said I was going to end it after that one. So we're going to find someone to raid now. Before I get carried away. So. Ooh. I think that's potentially the first, like, bot I've noticed that's followed us before. It won't be the first bot that's followed us necessarily. Well, I hope it is, but you know. Right, hang on then. So we go. Yeah. Yeah. That was unnecessary. Who do we have available for a raid? Let's have a look. Da, 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 da. So, does anyone have anyone they would like me to raid? Or should we just raid... Oh, Wonder Boy's just started. So we can do Alien Isolation with Wonder Boy. We have Sea of Thieves with Parkanev. I don't even know who that is. Huh. So what do we think? Do we want Alien Isolation or Sea of Thieves? Oh. I have a friend playing Pal World. Or do we want Pal World? So Alien Isolation, Sea of Thieves, Pal World. Which one should we do? Fwend. They're all Fwend. Omen of the Overlander. Hang on, I'll type them in. I should really have music on in the background, shouldn't I? That would be quite nice, wouldn't it? Oh, they've just started as well. Ooh, Palworld. Should we give Palworld a go? And then let's go make a friend.
Again.
I've never played that game. A budding voice actor.
Back, oh my god, really, guys? I told you not to. It was a fucking
Okay,
scream.
all I saw was a red splash.
Okay, let's have a look then. It's infuriating. It seemed like from the odd bits that I've seen, I can understand why it seems infuriating. Whoa, where did my screen go? There it went. The one thing that I have seen of it, which I thought was quite funny, was that, have you seen the TikTok where it's like people are called like you, someone's called me, someone's called them, someone's called who, and it's like me saw who murder that guy, who saw me. I can't play it anymore. I raged hard. Oh dear. Maybe not play it then. So, as always, you lovely, lovely fucking people, thank you very much for being here. Thank you so much for all the raids. I appreciate that more than I can say. Thank you for all the subs and the bits and the gifts and everything like that. You're way too nice to me and I don't understand it. I will be checking. I'll be opening a VC after I've like got myself sorted and whatever, but I will be checking the throne thing to fix that because I don't like the way that's set out. But if you would like to stick around and we'll go say hello to this new friend and we will check out Palworld, I would really appreciate it. I will be back tomorrow. We will be playing this. And don't forget, there is a vote available on the Discord for what we're playing on Sunday for our 12-hour stream. However, we have 4 seconds before we leave, so I will say goodbye. I'm rather fond of you. See you later.